Hello everyone, this is Pluto here. Welcome back to an exciting new video where today we're going to be talking about the newest test drone patch that has added some new gear in Wizard101. This is extremely exciting. So, in case you guys are unaware, when Wallaru released in test drone the other day, the Dream Reaver gear, which is the gear that I'm wearing, my hat, boots, etc., was the exact same as Aeon gear, which left a lot of people in the community confused. Many people thought that, oh, we're just not getting an upgrade. But that isn't the case. There is actually new stats on gear now, and I'm going to be doing a sort of mini gear guide, not really an official gear guide because it is test drum and things are subject to change. I'm not going to say this is an official gear guide or anything on the new gear. I'm not going to say that. However, I will say if this gear does come to live right now, and this is the same gear, this will be the best gear, most likely, for PvE. I want to preface that it's PvE again. I did a Novus gear guide a long time ago, back when Novus came out. So I wanted to do another one. When this update does come to live, I will be doing a little bit of an update video to tell you basically where to get the gear, how to get it. Maybe I'll go over how to farm the bosses, even though I have a feeling they'll be easy for the most part, except maybe for the final one, because Wallaru is a very simple, very easy world. I don't find that the farming for the bosses are going to be very particularly hard, but we'll see. There's still time, they can change it. But we're going to be going over what the new 2024 post-Wallaru stats will be if this is the gear that comes to live. So, the first piece of gear is the Fierce Dream Reaver hood. Now, I'm not doing pins because those are for secondary school. I like to usually use death accuracy on my pins so that I don't have to fizzle faint. You can also use balance accuracy if that's possible. I'm not entirely certain. But yeah, I like to use school that if I get mantled, I won't fizzle the spell as easy, and that's usually faint for death. So when you compare this to Aeon gear, you gain, you actually, let me see, you gain pierce, or gain 1 pierce, which is pretty good. You gain damage, gain 2 damage, gain health, pretty much all around the board. This is better than Aeon. This is definitely worth farming. You also get Galvanic, which it is what it is, not really that good, but you do gain Galvanic for your sideboard. The robe is still going to be the best robe for Storm. Is going to be the Nullity robe. I don't see this robe going away anytime soon until the damage of the new gear, until the damage of the Fierce Dream Reaver robe gear, and this like format of gear catches up to Aeon, or excuse me, catches up to Nullity. I don't see this gear becoming obsolete or going away anytime soon. The next piece of gear is going to be the Fierce Dream Reaver boots. As you can see, just a direct upgrade from Aeon. Gain damage, gain in health, gain in block, etc. And the next is going to be the Fierce Dream Reaver boomerang. I'm actually going to equip a tier socket on this real quick. Let's equip a tier socket. We'll do this one. Yeah, sure. Dazzling health. There we go. So yeah, the Fierce Dream Reaver Boomerang is going to be the new best one. And this one, the biggest thing is that you gain accuracy, you also gain damage, and you gain, I believe you actually, oh wait, you gain critical as well, I believe. Yeah, because you get universal crit. So this wand is actually pretty good because you gain universal damage, and this is good for secondary school setups. And also universal crit, which is pretty good. They've not done universal pierce. I think that's mainly because of the pins. But this wand is better than the Aeon sword. It's a direct upgrade. Also, I like the spells on this wand a little bit better. I like going back to storm spells where we did a Catalan, we did a Stormwing. I do like this a little bit more. Not that I'm going to be using these spells inside, but I do like that we get them going back to Storm self-identity, or school identity again. Then you have the first Dreamweaver knife, which is just a direct upgrade from the Aeon theme. Literally a direct upgrade, you gain 3 damage. However, here's where it does actually start to change a tiny bit though. As you can see, we don't actually get the triangle socket. Now, the reason we don't get the triangle socket is because there's going to be another piece of gear, the amulet, that changes a ton. So the theme switches to having a square socket, where that used to be on the amulet. But now the amulet is given a triangle socket and a circle socket. So circle sockets before, usually there were 2 on the theme, 1 on the ring, but now they're giving them to the amulet, which is actually really, really good. So you're going to have accuracy socketed on the Fierce Dreamweaver amulet, which is the new best amulet for Storm. It gives a Storm Blade, and it is all around good. It is better than Fly Gobs. Now, I'm not saying Fly Gobs is going to be out entirely of PvE meta. This amulet is still good for tank setups. Because of the 2 square sockets, you can gain health. You can get a lot of health, I believe about like 1,000 health. You can actually gain a little over 1,000. That'll put you at 10,000 health on a storm, which is actually crazy. You could also use the Lady of Spiders lure, which can also get you. Actually, no, the Fly Gobs is just better at that point. If you want to go for health, Fly Gobs is still just better. But I would use the Fierce Dreamweaver amulet so that you can gain the circle socket and the accuracy as well. Then you're going to have the Fierce Dreamweaver ring, which is just a direct upgrade from the Aeon ring. Direct upgrade. I don't actually have those tier jewels. I think I have a better one though. Let's see. Do I have a better one? Yeah, I do have a 131. Yep. So you can use the Fierce Dreamweaver ring, which is directly upgraded from the Aeon ring. For the pet, I use Quint damage. Self-explanatory. You can use Quint damage on a Staley Filosaur. You can also use this. This actually isn't as bad. We'll get to that in a minute, why I might actually consider using a Quint damage Pierce instead of a Quint damage Mighty. Considering the fact that damage is increased exponentially, maybe Quint damage Pierce is actually a little bit better, because I will get to that in a sec. Then mount, you're going to use the Chompy Bronto. And now the deck is interesting. You're actually going to use the Fierce Dreamweaver deck, which is a new deck that gives a circle socket instead of a triangle socket. This is actually crazy. So getting to these stats now, 250 damage. That number is insane. That is an insane number of damage for Storm to have. That's a net gain of like 30 from the previous update, which is crazy. And considering that we have this new Storm spell, Bunyip, Bunyip's Rage, I believe it's called Bunyip's Rage, where it does literally a crazy amount of damage, you're going to be hitting for tons on hits. Now, I'll actually show you an example right now. I'm going to go into an instance. Epic Enchant. This is what we'll do. This is what Storms in 2024 are going to be doing on the first turn in PvE with this 250% damage. So yeah, this is going to be insane. We'll fight these little dingo bandits here, beat them up, show you what we'll be doing. Oh, I did not change my Squip Pip on this actually, so we're going to have to do this next turn. But yeah, this new damage is actually crazy. It's way increased from Novus. I've heard a lot of people saying that this might actually be a detriment to the PvE community, and like how it can like just make everything too easy. And I can understand where people are coming from, but it feels like KI is going more towards the advanced combat sort of direction, especially with raids and with new PvP scenarios. It feels like they're going towards that direction, but for now, let's see how much a Bunyip's Rage does. First turn on a Storm with this much damage. Let's see how much this will do. I'm expecting this to do like over 5,000 damage. Yeah, 5,300 damage. That's on the first turn, no buffs. Yeah, that is crazy damage to have. And that's not even the maximum damage you can get. You can get even damage even better than that, but we'll get to that in a sec. And then you also have 800 critical, which is insane. This is critical we've never seen before on a storm. We've never gotten to 800. It's usually 700. This is now 800 critical. Actually crazy. With 48 pierce. Now you do actually lose 3 pierce, but as I was saying, crit damage pierce might be meta, and that is to gain that pierce back. You do lose 5 damage, but you do gain the pierce back, so you do have a little bit of wiggle room there. So I'm actually going to run the max damage. So this is the max, this is like the general kind of balance between the stats, kind of. I'm going to show you guys the max damage that a storm can get right now. And it involves getting rid of this, putting on a damage thingy instead, a damage jewel, one of the new Wallaru damage jewels, and also getting rid of this one as well. We'll get rid of this one. Shatter that. We'll put on a new damage jewel. Put on a damage jewel, and then we'll put on a one. Do I actually have one more? Yep, I do have one more. Put on one more damage jewel on our deck. So I wouldn't say this is probably going to be the best setup for PvE. I would say you want to run a mixture of damage and pierce, but if you look at the max damage you can get up to 280% damage. But keep in mind your pierce does go a little bit low, but it's still at 30. It's still pretty decent pierce. It's not like you really have like no pierce anyways. Like you still have a decent amount with 280% damage. But this isn't the max you can get, because you have to keep in mind, when you start adding elixirs, which you can do in Test Realm when you quest in Third Worlds, we're going to add the Hyper Elixir. We're going to add a Storm Battle Elixir as well. Let's add, we'll just get the 30-minute one. We're going to add that, and as you can see, with both of those in, we are going to have, oh, there actually is a damage cap, I believe, now. We have total 305 damage, but there is actually a cap here where it doesn't let us get too much over 280. So that's pretty interesting. I want to see how much damage we're going to end up doing with all of this. As you can see with the elixirs, we also have 10,000 health. So that's actually crazy. But let's see how much damage we do with all of this first turn. Now keep in mind they might have resist. So you got to keep in mind, mobs, especially in newer worlds, are going to have resist. They're going to resist your spells, but some won't. Some, like especially earlier mobs, won't resist. So it'll be interesting. But let's see how much damage we do with a Bunyip's Rage with this much damage with elixirs. Keep in mind this is with elixirs. I'm expecting about 6,000 damage. Crit. Let's see how much this does. I'm expecting about 6,000. Okay, a little, not quite there. 5,800. Almost 6,000 damage though. That's insane. I don't ever really see you needing to do more than 5,300. To be honest, I don't see a need for these elixirs. They just really only gave me 4% more damage than I would have had. It would have been nice to see how much 305% would have done. But yeah, these new storm stats are insane. When this does release in live, I will do a full gear guide going over all the... Oh, I just got a notification from Awesome the Sauce. I will actually do a video going over the new gear and talking about what is the best setup for Storm. But until then, I want to say thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Good luck questing Wallaru. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.